We could probably sit here and talk for hours and hours about fixing the problems of the racing world.
Sure.
We really could.
Oh, I've got ideas.
Oh, yeah? Like what? What do you got?
Well, my favorite one is the All-Star race. Mm-hmm. And we've messed around with, we've had 100 different formats in the All-Star race in the last 15 years trying to make it exciting. Mm-hmm. We took it to Wilkesboro last year, and we didn't need a format because Wilkesboro was exciting. But my idea for the All-Star race for years, and I've been on a soapbox on this for years, but nobody will listen. Take the top 10 in Cup, the top 10 Xfinity, the top 10 in trucks, put them all on the same racetrack at the same time, throw the green flag, and let them race. And when we're done, we'll have an overall winner.
In one type of car, or there are other cars?
No.
Oh, in trucks and in Xfinity?
Absolutely.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to do like a variety, like they do road course racing, huh?
Yes.
That's pretty interesting.
I want Ben Rhodes going wheel to wheel with Ryan Blaney. And if one division's got the advantage over the other, okay, fine.
Right.
And at the end of the night, we'll have one overall winner and two divisional winners. It'll be like the Rolex 24 at Daytona.
Right. Move the mic just a little bit back, just a touch.
You think anybody is going to not watch that race?
One of the formats that I always enjoyed was the truck race at Eldora, because you had to race your way into the show through heat races. And if you ask me, why can't we do that with the Cup Series races? Instead of qualifying, you have X amount in points. This is your heat race. X amount of points. This is your heat race. Yeah. If you finish within the top, whatever, you qualify for the race. Everyone else goes to the consi, and you got to try to race your way in.
Here's why we can't do that. I
loved racing your way into a show. That was
I do too, but if you remember, we tried that with that Xfinity Dash for Cash deal. The first year of the Xfinity Dash for Cash, they said, we're going to run heat races, and it's going to be great. These guys are going to be knocking the slobber out of each other, trying to win the pole. And it never happened. We sent them out there for heat races, and they had done their personal math and said, I'm not tearing the hell out of my car for the difference between first and fourth in a 250-lap race.
Right.
I'll just finish seventh. Yeah. I don't care. And the heat races were stultifyingly dull. Nobody passed anybody. And in year two, they said, yeah, we're not doing that heat race crap anymore. It was stupid.
They didn't give them any type of incentive, though? Like you had to be...
Starting position.
Yeah. Because I thought the Clash of the Coliseum, the heat races were fantastic. Having to watch these guys battle their way into the show.
Right. And I think the difference is, and it's like your local racetrack, where you start in a 35-lap race on a quarter-mile racetrack is critical. Mm-hmm. You're not going to come from 24th place to win. Mm-hmm. So winning that heat race is really important. Mm-hmm. Winning a heat race to determine where you start in a 300-mile Xfinity Series race doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. The difference between starting first and starting 10th is negligible. It's a 100-yard head start in a 250-mile race. Nobody cares.
My philosophy on this, though, is say you have a 300-mile race for that weekend. You do a 75-mile heat race, a 75-mile heat race. There's 150. Now your main event's 150 laps. We're not sitting there for hundreds and hundreds of laps anymore. Now that you've got a 150-lap race, which also now brings me to my next question. Uh-huh. We have seen a car race at 200 miles per hour. We have also seen a car race at 200 miles per hour for 500 miles. The speed and endurance has already been proven, okay? And the problem with endurance races is they endure. Do you think that, being that we are in a short attention span lifestyle, we should go to less laps?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And not only should we already are. Mm-hmm. Look at how many, Pocono, those 500 miles at Pocono, oh my God. It was awful.
It's like doing time sometimes.
Awful. Oh, right. Yeah. There are people on death row that are less anxious to leave than people were at Pocono. And they've cut them back to 400, and the race is better.
Okay.
And for the people that say, oh, absolutely not, it's got to be 500 miles. I've never heard a single person complain about running 300 at New Hampshire. Mm-hmm. They've run 300 milers at New Hampshire from day one. Mm-hmm. Nobody walks out of there feeling like they've been shortchanged. Mm-hmm. And you're right. In modern society now, we have the attention span of a goldfish. Mm. When we get to, they've done the studies. When we get to 3 hours, when that race gets to 3 hours, people just start to wander off into the wilderness and they don't come back. Mm-hmm. Which is why this past week, the race ran 3 hours and 25 seconds. If they could have found 25 seconds to save somewhere, it would have been perfect. 3 hours is the promised land for these races.
Okay.
No more.